22 states say they are supporting a Christian bakery owner who is being sued for not making a cake for a gender transition. The states are among those who filed briefs to the Colorado Supreme Court in support of Jack Phillips, owner of Masterpiece Cake Shop. An appeals court recently ruled Colorado can force Phillips to make a cake with messages that violate his Christian beliefs. He has since filed an appeal with the state Supreme Court. And we go now to Jack Phillips, owner of Masterpiece Cake Shop, and his lawyer, Jake Warner, with Alliance Defending Freedom. Thank you to you both for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Jake, I want to start with you first. Tell us about this new case headed to Colorado's Supreme Court and how this one differs from the others that Jack has faced.
On the same day, the U.S. Supreme Court decided to hear Jack's first case. A local Denver attorney contacted Jack's shop requesting a custom blue and pink cake to celebrate a gender transition. Now, Jack serves everyone. He just can't express every message through his custom cake. So while Jack politely offered other items to this attorney, he politely declined this request. But it wasn't the first time this attorney had contacted Jack. Back a few years before, the attorney had emailed him twice, calling him a bigot and a hypocrite. The attorney also requested a custom cake depicting Satan smoking marijuana. And then the attorney sued Jack, and we had a trial in the case, and the Colorado trial court punished Jack, forcing him to create cakes expressing messages that go against his beliefs. So we appealed that up to the Colorado Court of Appeals, and the Court of Appeals affirmed the trial court's decision, and now we're appealing that decision up to the Colorado Supreme Court. If you remember Jack's first case, Colorado officials had discriminated against him, denying him the freedom that they freely give other cake artists, and they compared Jack and his faith to Nazis and slaveholders. It was just awful. So the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 7-2 on free exercise grounds to vindicate Jack's rights. But now we're asking the Colorado Supreme Court to affirm the right of every American to say what they believe without fear of government punishment, and we're hoping for a good result here.
And Jack, I want to go to you now. I mean, you have spent about a decade in court facing various charges related to your business and your Christian beliefs, yet you persevere. Tell us why this battle is so important to you and how your faith has helped you through.
Well, first of all, I just want to reiterate what Jake just said, that we serve everybody, and we even offered the person suing us other cakes. But we just can't create every message that people ask us to create with our custom cakes. And so through the last almost 11 years now, we've been in various courts, like you say, and we've won all the way through up until this case where we've lost the first 2 rounds. And now hopefully the Colorado Supreme Court will rule in our favor and give every American the right to express messages that they want to express and decline to express messages they don't. So we're hopeful for a good outcome in this.
And Jake, curious, where do things stand right now with this case and what comes next?
We've asked the Colorado Supreme Court to protect Jack's right and the right of all Americans to say what they believe without fear of government punishment. So the Colorado Supreme Court will have an opportunity to weigh in, or they could decline. And in that case, we would appeal up to the U.S. Supreme Court. Alliance Defending Freedom is representing clients just like Jack all across the country. Indeed, we have a client at the U.S. Supreme Court right now in a 303 creative case, and we're hoping that the U.S. Supreme Court will affirm the right of all Americans to say what they believe without fear of government punishment, and that a big ruling for 303 creative could affect Jack's case at the Colorado Supreme Court.
And before we wrap up, Jack, I want to ask you this. I mean, you've received a lot of support in the way of the amicus briefs from 22 states, along with several state lawmakers. Curious, how does that make you feel?
It's really good to know that many people are behind us. But also in our recent court case, we had a former gay activist who stood up on our side. He faced deposition from the other side and went to trial on our behalf, expressing to everybody that would listen, which wasn't the judge, but expressing that I serve everybody, and he understood that this case is about the cake and the message of the cake. It's never about the person. So we've had some amazing support, especially in that area right there.
Well, gentlemen, thank you both so much for coming on and speaking with us. We appreciate it, and we will continue to follow your case. God bless you both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.